Today's video is going to be a sneak peek into the Tapped In Academy live mentorship. With this video, I'm going to be going over advanced use of mitigation candles. So tap in, let's see how we can do it together. All right, perfect. So today's class is going to be a class about advanced use of mitigations. I've done this class live before, but I always have to record them in case I end up going over something maybe I didn't go over in a previous class. But right now we're just making a little bullet points of what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how to enter off mitigation candles, how to use a mitigation candle. What else? Do y'all have any, like, with you guys that are here, like, do y'all have any questions or specific things that you want me to talk about with mitigation candles?
I'll just dig into it. If it comes to me, I'll pick it up. What you think of breaking?
Okay.
Entry.
Yep, definitely. Definitely talk about the entries as well too, because that's going to be that with that one I'm gonna go a little bit more into my methodology and my idea behind it, because it follows very similar of how I use order blocks and how I look at them as well too. So we'll go ahead and start with that, how I enter and off of mitigation candles. So say we have normal market structure, price going down, and so on and so forth. Okay. And this right here is our mitigation candle, labeled as mitigation candle. Okay. Here we have a fair value gap with this larger extension down. We'll go ahead and label that fair value gap. Up in this area we have wicks. Then we still have a mitigation candle here. This formation and look of the markets happen all the time. All the time. And we'll have a order block with this one right here. Okay. So right now, looking at this, let's say this is the 5 minute that we're looking at right now. Okay. And we have nice 5 minute structure going down. On the 15 minute, or say like the hour, this is all that's showing. So that first candle's closed, whatever the case may be, is already closed right here. Now the open of a new candle has started. Okay. Now the reason why this is very important is because say like we have those extensions on the hour time frame, you want to look for the next candle's wick to get in for your entry. Okay. So say if it was a push down, we're waiting for the next hour candle to be bullish to get in for our sell. Okay. But when you're looking at the 5 minute, it's going to show market structure going down. Okay, where we have mitigations, fair value gaps, mitigation, order block. You know what I mean? And this may be like a strong level that we have where we're consolidating at up here. This happens all the time. So now the question becomes, one, are we just going to reverse and push all the way back up to the top? Or where are we going to come back into this area to make our continuation to the downside? Okay, that's the golden question. All right, but here, let me go ahead and label these two so you know what we're looking at. This right here is our 5 minute. What the hell? And this is our 1 hour. Let me make this a little bit more neat. A little bit more neat. And this is the 1 hour. All right, so this is a whole 1 hour candle that is closed, and now for this next 1 hour candle, it is opened up and is bullish and we're trying to see where it's going to retrace back into the zone. Okay. Now, when I'm looking at this, me personally, I love the combo of fair value gap mitigation, because when I see stuff like this and prices below, all these mitigations are areas of supply. Okay, you can go ahead and change it to saying supply if you want to, but right now I'm just leave it as mitigation for the time being. But do understand we are looking at that, and it is acting as supply, because when they came down and they bought up, they were taking partials and out of these.
Welcome to Tapped In Academy, where dreams take flight and success, it knows no bound. Join us on a journey of learning, growth, and endless possibilities in the world of trading.
Discover the power of having knowledge and resources at your fingertips. Our comprehensive course and expert insight will equip you with the tools you need to thrive in the markets. Picture a life of freedom, where your trading skills open doors to new horizons. With Tapped In Academy, you can embrace a future of financial independence and limitless opportunities.
I've been learning a lot.
I appreciate you, man.
Like closure is key. Is very, very.
I love it. I love this thing. I love the community that you put together, man. I'm gonna do this, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do this.
Ready to embark on an extraordinary journey? Check out our website. You can see our transformative course, join our live trading sessions, and join our community where we're dedicated to your success.
Experience the thrill of reaching new heights together. At Tapped In Academy, we're not just traders. We're a family united by a passion of trading and shared vision of success.
Sells, but for them to push price back down, they had to enter into more sells to push it back down. So that still means there's some type of stop loss up there, and wherever there is protected stop losses that we are below, we're below protected stop losses, that means that that area above is acting as supply. If we're above protected stop losses, that means that that area below is acting as demand. So with that taken in hindsight here, this is supply. Now, me personally, I want to see it come into this area up here with this fair value gap, and I would essentially have my setup like this. I would look at 50% of the fair value gap. I would have my stop loss above this mitigation candle. If within 30 points I can have the order block, even better. But ultimately, if I want to have really tight stops, I can do something like this and wait for actual closure above this. But ultimately, I would have it above that right there. Now, with this, say if price is coming into here and it's not showing any type of turnaround on the lower time frame, like say if you come up, it's like say this is the 5 minute, it comes up into here, and we go down to the 1 minute, and the 1 minute is still really bullish and it hasn't made a change of character or even a bearish engulfment, I would want to still wait then for the mitigation candle. Okay. Now this goes to the question of how would I enter in off of that mitigation candle. Goodness gracious. Now, excuse me. Now, when it comes down to the mitigation candles, there's 3 levels to it. There is, hold on, let me make I gotta make a mitigation. Hold on. And that should be red. I'm actually gonna make this longer. And that should be green. And that's red. Alright. Now we need to add wicks. That's supposed to be like that. Matter of fact, that makes more sense for it to be right here. Technically. Actually, no, it would make more sense where I put it. What am I thinking? But anyways, so basically with the mitigation candle, say if I'm going to try to enter in off of this green, beautiful candle right here, um, level one is going to end up being the wicks before the body. All right. That's going to end up being level one. The body itself, 50% of the body is level two. And then these wicks up here, the top part of the wicks, is level three. All right. Now, the reason why the levels go up as you get further into it is because, like I said before, when they bought up and then sold back down, the top of these wicks is still where there's protected stop losses are. So think about it like for yourself. If you know your stop loss is right here and shit comes up to level one and then it goes to level two, you're going to be more inclined to protect your position. Okay. Same thing with the market makers and the people that are behind these trades and stuff like that. If prices coming back into their stop losses, it's not a guarantee, but it's a higher probability that they would do something to protect their position. Okay. The same methodology follows order blocks, now say if the mitigation was happening the other way around, say if like, hold on, let me see if I can do this. All right, yeah, and say the mitigation is happening the other way around where we're going up now, these just flip. The body is always level two, and it's just a matter if the first wick that we go into is going to be level one or not. Well, the first one that we always go into is going to be level one, but that's just how it works. That's how I look at it. So like, even if we're pulling back into this zone here, initially I love the fair value gap, but if I'm not seeing what I want to see and it's just pushing through, then level one would be my entry, or level two, or level three. But even with that, these mitigation candles typically aren't that large in itself. They're probably like maybe 5 to 8 points minute, like on average. So your stop loss when you do enter these things shouldn't be something OD. Like even if you enter in from the top, oh wow, this is hilarious. This is actually 9 points, just like the average I was talking about. So this would be a great example. 30 points is like that. It's 28 right there. You feel me? And you can do this on certain things like continuations. Some confluences that I like to see. I love seeing the 1 minute SMA on the trend setter lining up with this type of confluence on the mitigation. I love seeing that, especially because with that you'll see an extension, and then that's that pullback, and then that 1 minute. Hopefully you'll be able to catch in range and still have maybe your stop loss in the range of that 1 minute SMA. Other confluence that I like to see. This is oftentimes the change of guard candle that I told you guys about as well too, and that's when you have the mitigation candle happening at a very strong level of supply or demand as it's pushing through. So when it comes back to these zones, those are when it has that change of guard situation. Even like that's even more like I'm watching that, like these levels right here, level 1 through 3. Okay, and it's also a higher probability that I'm probably gonna get in that trade. I'm just gonna be honest.
Or change your guard.
Yeah, when the change of guard happens, because typically there's a breaker with that as well. You'll have a lot typically you can find a lot of influences on a situation like that. You could end up having your 1 minute SMA come back. You may end up having it making that extension off of a 5 minute SMA. It could be pushing off of VWAP and making the change of guard. There could be a fair value gap above or below the mitigation itself. So in this zone right here, say this wick right here isn't that long. or let's just say in this situation there is no bottom wick. Price could come back down just far enough below this and this level 3 to get into this fair value gap right there, and then come right back up. They can still do that. It's a very common thing. And so what I just made and drew right here was an example of like this high right here in this situation right here. How we have the mitigation fair value gap, and then above I just don't have the order block because this time it's flipped or going up. But do y'all have any questions about what I just gone over with you guys?
I do. So you would just like, all right, you would let the whole play out, even if it went past. You would just manage it if it was in the area like there. Like if it flew past it, you would just manage it if it came back there.
Yeah, because like I said, say with us trading above this mitigation right here, this mitigation is just demand. So when it comes back to it, I would expect to see it starting to slow down, floor out on the low time frame, and then engulfment as well too in that lower time frame as well. That's what my expectations would be. So once I start to see that happening, then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's in line with my confluence.
Okay, because what I usually see is when it comes to like a run, it always makes mitigation in the middle and continues, like the continuation that you stated. Like, how do you play those? You just, if you're in a play and it makes that mitigation, it could be a change of guard or it could be a continuation. It does a 50-50 fake out right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the change of guard is a continuation because now is basically them instead of them protecting for the sellers, they're protecting for the buyers. You know what I'm saying? So it's still a continuation. It's just that now it's the breakout with the first push. So we want to see a pullback and a retest in that area to make sure that new mitigation candle is going to be true to its part and be demand or be supply, whichever side that it just broke. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Right. And a break and test is like format. It's like a format thing for the market.
Exactly.
Everybody looks for that, like a recommended thing to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, well, I mean, I don't know. There's some people that are breakout traders and they have like the eye for it and stuff like that, and that's great. It just, me personally, I just rock with having the better emotional standing of a break and retest. Like, I'd rather be in that like situation.
Yeah, because everybody looks for.
Hold on, you cut out. You cut out, Q. We might have lost you.
Hey, Rome, are you identifying anything in particular? You know, I know when you starting to see strong moves away, but when you see that kind of retest and it just comes back in just to touch level 1 and then continues away.
So, are you talking about like what's my like trigger for getting in?
Yeah, because oftentimes, or I've tried to do that where you've kind of set, a limit order for it just to come back to either touch that, and then sometimes you miss it by a quarter point or something.
On some bullshit. Yeah. I mean, so like me,
you know
I
what I
always
mean?
have a buffer with my entry like zones and spots and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm just too fucking bougie and it just misses me. Because even with that, like even with like the wick itself of level 1, it could, just like you said, it could happen like just a couple points beforehand. So even having it like a couple points before it is not wrong. It's not bad. It's more so about with that 30-point stops, like, is it still in a good spot for market structure that if it sold through that shit, like, okay, yeah, it's selling. Like, does that concept still make sense with where I'm entering? And that's like the biggest thing that always helps me out. Like, if my stop loss gets hit, does it make sense for, okay, yeah, we're just going that way and I should be able to enter that way and be successful? And if the answer is no, then I'm probably chasing some shit.
That's a good question, That's a good.
Like honestly, because like say if like the market's already ran all the way down here, or like this mitigation hasn't happened and we're still right here, like, and I have a stop loss right here, like no, like it doesn't mean that anything. It just means that it's just retesting the OB or retesting this mitigation. It doesn't mean like we're, you know what I mean? Like those are times where it's like, okay, nope, I'm not entering that type of trade. Not right now. Hell, we can look at gold live off of previous day. Hell, this buy situation right now, you could be like, I'll buy gold right now. If I get smoked on the buy, then I'll just sell. Because with your stop loss, you can have a 30-point stop. You more than encompass a lot of area. But overall, this is kind of wedging. It's not making new highs right here. It's making higher lows, which is cool. So you also have that on your side of saying, hey, you close below that. This is no, you trade below that. There's no bueno. Strike one.
All right.
Strike two. You start trading below this low right here. Strike three. You just hang out in this shit for too fucking long. Yeah. But this is also be one of the situations where you just like wait for the extension, because if it breaks this, I would expect for it to continue to make a higher high. My only problem with this whole setup is this flat right here. This is also the 15-minute.
Yeah, that's a lot. There'll be a lot of rejection there.
It's strong right here. There's a lot of stops above this, all within this and above this. There's a whole lot of stops. So I mean, it makes sense for it to go up here and try to raid the liquidity. The inverted head and shoulders is there. The incline here is there. So that's why I say like this one here is like, this setup gets smoked, you at least know you should be selling. It won't leave you guessing. And that right there has honestly made my trading so much easier. Like it makes me so much confident of like forgetting that I'm in a trade. Like I forget more that I'm in a trade. Like I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, well, if I get smoked, then I just know I already know what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah, we fucking about it.
And then the risk management, we already got our risk management down, so I'm not scared of, oh my god, I'm gonna lose everything. Nope.
Like earlier today, like this morning, like fuck it, we're gonna sell. Fuck it, we're gonna try again. You know what,
bro? We're just gonna fucking buy, bro.
Fucking buy. That bitch took off.
Bro, and it's funny too because I even said, I was like, bro, if we lose this shit, I know why. Like at least this time I follow the rules. If like those other ones, I was just being hard headed, bro. Like, look at this shit. I was being hard headed. I just wanted to sell so bad off the VWAP, and it didn't even touch the VWAP yet. And we could have bought. I think session started. Yeah, we could have bought here, bro. Oh my goodness, man. Dunzo. Yeah, we would have been Dunzo.
We would have had a
70 right there. You feel me? But I'm out here fucking. I got the rules written down on a paper, and emotionally, I wanted to sell.
I told you I was listening, bro, but I was trying to go the other way. I just didn't say anything because I was, you know what? I'm taking the trade. He knows better than I do.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm trying. I'm okay. Fuck it.
Yeah, and then that buy, I was like, bro, I'm out here trying to rub a shark backwards. Let me just fucking take the buy.
Yeah, my trailer was holding up like a motherfucker. I was like, man, all right, time to break this bitch.
For real. But hey, that's just a testimony. Just stick to your fucking rules. Don't care about your emotions. Just stick to the rules.
Yeah, after everybody, but today was a good day.
Nah, facts, bro. Facts. But do y'all have any questions about this before I end the recording and whatnot? I don't want to make the video too long.
I feel pretty good. I appreciate it.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, of course. Yeah, if I have anything that comes up, just let me know. you already know. You either let me know in class or let me know during session. So I got y'all.
All right, bet, bro.
All right, y'all.
Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
go.
yes, sir. Peace out.
All right, peace.
And if you learned anything new from this video, I am super happy for you and I look forward to teaching you more. Make sure you guys go ahead and use the links down below where you can follow me on all my social media platforms, as well as getting to the taptonacademy.com website where you can go ahead and sign up and be in our mentorship yourself. See you soon.